Welcome to Paint the Chat Podcast. Presented by Blockade Media. Now, here are your hosts, the big swinger, Mr. Robin Vogt, and fast on the bases, Mr. Sean Michaud.
He's a big spark plug.
Play ball.
Hello.
And the home of the Chiefs. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Painting the Chat Podcast. Sean, wait a second. What is that you're wearing?
What am I wearing?
What are you? Well, your caption there says Paige Buckets. Is that a Paige Buckets jersey? The iconic. Yes.
You can see.
There we go.
I had to do
Let's go, Huskies.
I had to do it live.
Let's go, Huskies. Yeah. Love it. Good choice.
That's a nice jersey.
That is a freaking sweet jersey. Love that choice. Mr. Sean Michaud, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing good. You were watching the Celtics in the background. How are the Celtics
A little
doing?
bit.
They're doing okay?
Yeah, there it is.
Yep. Hold it in there.
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
These last few nights. I mean, listen, Celtics have ended up winning the games, right?
Yeah.
The Celtics end up winning the games, but early on, we kind of sit there and we're like, Jason Tatum, what are you doing? Jaylen Brown, what are you doing?
Tatum's out. He's hurt.
That's what I'm saying. What are you doing there, buddy?
Plus, Al Horford is hurt too, so
we're gonna get into it.
I mean, they're up by 2, so it's like, so we'll probably by the end of we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get into it, folks. Hey, Laren is here. What's up, Laren? Good to see you again.
Hello, Laren. How's it going?
On me show as we kicked off the show here. Listen, our predictions came in. I think we were both aligned on it. Kansas City Chiefs with the win over the Houston.
It's a pretty easy prediction.
I mean, yeah, but you know what? I think the difference with this year compared to last year when we saw Houston in the playoffs, number one, thoughts to CJ Stroud right now. I saw he got out injured at one point towards the end of the game, took another sack, 8 sacks in the game for this Kansas City Chiefs defense. I mean, they're unstoppable right now. Travis Kelce said before the game, he was like, listen, if we had the Kansas City Chiefs, we had our squad during the regular season, right? This is playoffs Kansas City Chiefs.
It's the magic, especially with Taylor being there. Not saying anything, but
correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody who's watching right now, anybody who's listening to the podcast, with Taylor in the building, fashioned up, ready to rock and roll. She was there with Caitlin Clark tonight. She was there with Caitlin. So maybe Caitlin Clark's some good luck too, right? I mean,
yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I know Caitlin Clark's a huge Taylor Swift fan, and because Caitlin actually was recently on the Kelsey's podcast.
Right. They were on the New Heights podcast. Yeah.
I'm sure she was geeking out and wanting to meet her. So maybe that's what they're probably doing now.
Exactly. They're doing the meetup. I believe the Kansas City Chiefs are now 12-7 with Taylor in the
I was gonna ask can someone fact check that?
Fact check it for me. It might be better. The Taylor Swift effect, I know, is something that Shaylin, my wife, has been amazing across the board with football, right? Like, listen, we're not going to get into too much Taylor Swift talk because that's for a different part of the Blockade Network, right? For the Blockade crew. We'll get into music on the other shows. But this Kansas City Chiefs team, Sean, I mean, I thought Houston was going to come in and at least put up somewhat of a fight here against Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. But you know what? Early on, this game kicked off with Kansas City picking off the ball and getting it down to the Houston Texans 30-yard line to start the game. And then a Texans player on special teams gets so mad that he runs to the other end where his sideline is, and he shoves his special teams coach.
It reminded me of the Packers game last night where they're just
They're unhinged.
Unhinged, yeah.
Yeah, to start the game. I mean, Sean, did the Texans even have a chance here? I mean, you just said it.
No, I don't think so. I mean, the Chiefs have been way too good, and I don't think the Texans were going to make it all the way. Honestly, I mean, I don't mind the Texans, but I was really never favored them. I mean,
are you saying that because you're Green Bay Packers? Listen, I just want to offer
maybe.
You know,
by the way, it happens every year. We're not going to make it for a while.
The GIF was going everywhere of you with the Packers sweatshirt.
Well, now we'll do one with UConn.
The UConn
jersey. Get this one for 1 page plays.
Listen, I agree. I wanted to give the Texans a chance here to try to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I do not like blowout games. I think, especially in the NFL, there's always this whole thing about, well, the Chiefs always get it their way because the refs are siding with them. You know, the memes come out of the refs with the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think that was the case here. I think Houston was just
it does happen. I think the Texans are just terrible against the against the Chiefs.
Okay,
that terrible team. They're just terrible against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Houston's at that point now where you have to start asking some questions, right? They have CJ Stroud, they have Joe Mixon, they have D'Amico Ryans as their head coach. He's done a really great job down there in Houston. They've made it to the playoffs multiple times now. CJ Stroud made it his rookie year into the playoffs in the wild card. I mean, you go from wild card to divisional round. I mean, I think CJ Stroud does have a future in the NFL with the Houston Texans, and they will get better. But as long as the Kansas City Chiefs are standing in the way of that, I just don't know how the AFC goes to anybody else but the Chiefs for a little bit here.
I don't know.
It's kind of like baseball, right? It's like the National League.
Honestly, yeah, it's like the Chiefs are just like the Dodgers. They're feeling like the Dodgers are getting really nasty. We'll talk about it just a little bit later with the Dodgers because they made a huge deal this morning, I think, or yesterday.
Yeah, it was released on Instagram. Yeah, we'll get into the details of that, but very, very soon we got that answer on Roki Sasaki. So we'll get into the Roki talk. Rokimon, as you could say.
Rokimon. Roki1. Sorry.
Roki1. Roki1 Kenobi. You know, all the names are going to be surfacing in the Dodgers world for sure. But I mean, listen, we come out of this Texans-Chiefs game. The Chiefs are going to roll. They're going to do their thing. We're going to see what happens tomorrow with who they're going to play, but Kansas City is going to host the next game at 6:30 p.m. next Sunday evening.
There's two games going on tomorrow. So, but actually we have there's actually a game starting right now, and it's the Commanders and the Lions.
Sean, we talked about this. You've got the Lions, man, right?
I do like the Lions. I like the Lions teams. I don't know the head coach's name, but
MCDC.
Yeah, him.
Dan Campbell. Yeah, no, he's been an absolute mastermind up there in Detroit. He was a former Detroit Tigers. Jeez, I'm getting old.
Detroit
Tigers. Now you're not even gonna do that. Detroit Lions player, former Detroit Lions player himself.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how Jared Goff does.
That's going to be the question, right? That's going to be the real question. I would like to see. I think, and this is kind of the setup. I'll throw it over to you on this, Sean. But if Detroit ends up pulling the win, I want to see the Commanders pull out an upset win tonight. I don't know what it is about Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders and what they've got going on there, but it's very.
I would love an upset.
It would be, exactly. But listen,
I know you. I know you want the Commanders to win tonight.
I want my Washington Commanders to end up taking the win tonight. I would like that very much. But if you're Detroit Lions, I almost said Tigers again because you're not a Tigers fan. No. If your Detroit Lions end up pulling up the win tonight, and then your Los Angeles Rams pull out the win tomorrow against the Philadelphia Eagles,
that would be interesting. You know, I'm going right now in this playoff race. I'm going for the LA Rams all the way.
You're feeling good about the Rams.
I have to. I'm from. I mean, I used to live in California, so I'm going to LA team.
Listen,
I was going to say Raiders, but they're not even playing anymore.
Ooh, yeah, that's a whole.
They're not even in Oakland anymore.
No, they're not. If the lineup ends up being the Detroit Lions versus the Los Angeles Rams for the NFC Championship game, that's Jared Goff versus Matt Stafford. The two players that got traded away from each other's teams playing to see who goes to the Super Bowl. Personally, for the narrative, for the NFL script, LA Rams versus Detroit Tigers would be one hell of an NFC Championship game.
I would
knowing that.
Yeah, I would love that to happen. I don't know if that will. We'll see. We'll see.
Philadelphia Eagles.
We'll see what happens tonight, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, they got the Eagles tomorrow. They got the Fly Eagles Fly.
Wait, so are you going for the Rams or are you going for the Eagles tomorrow?
Tomorrow I have the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going all around. Can we at least agree on either? Okay, so can we agree on anyone? What about the Ravens and Bills? Who are you going for?
Ooh, Ravens Bills is a tough one because you got the two MVP candidates. You have Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. Listen, I love Buffalo. I love everything the Buffalo, New York.
You have the Ravens too?
I also have the
Ravens. Finally, we agree on something.
You saw where I was going with that. Yeah. I have the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson is amazing.
I love Lamar Jackson. He's a great player.
He's a wonderful player. I think Josh Allen, he's getting closer and closer here. But as long as Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens exist, it's kind of like the Kansas City Chiefs situation. You know, it's tough. So I think we're both on the Baltimore Ravens train right now. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City Chiefs for Baltimore Ravens next Sunday night. Absolutely. Sign me up. Mahomes versus Lamar. Let's do it.
Amazing.
That'd be absolutely.
Let's get this done.
That's right. That's right. Sean, the other thing is too, is like, you know, it sucks. Both of our teams, New York Jets.
Your team didn't even make it. Mine made it, and then
we
choked. And then we choked against the Eagles. So because we played one of the worst games I've seen in a while by them.
I was really surprised by Jordan Love's performance in that game. I was really surprised.
Everyone going back and forth, just getting injured, and after injury, it was like I texted you. It was like, this game needs to end.
That's right.
It was literally the fourth quarter, and like 4 minutes left.
I should find the text so I could just show everybody real quickly how that went for poor Sean. Let's see. It went all the way back here. Okay, so
no, because literally the first thing I texted, I think it was what was it? Oh God.
Yeah, it was a little bit earlier on, finally on the board. I hope he's okay. That was a rough injury.
The first thing I said, this is not how I wanted the game to end. Oh, to start. Sorry, to start.
Right at the start.
Our kickoff.
So folks know too, a very common one was WTF during the Packers game against the Eagles last week. NFL football.
Oscar fucking Isaac.
Oscar fucking Isaac is going to be the vibe that we continue with.
Can we just hope we start a trend, please?
Yes. Hashtag
Oscar.
F-I. Oscar
Isaac, we love you.
Love you, Oscar Isaac. Yeah, no, but now here's the question: Oscar Isaac is, if he was to be a fan of the NFL, he might be. I don't know. Oscar.
Is he? I don't know.
I don't know. What team would Oscar Isaac support? Would it be the LA Rams?
Does Oscar live in LA?
Oscar fucking Isaac, unless it shows up. I mean, maybe it's trending enough that that's the case.
I mean, he's probably more of a football.
Football. He's football.
Yes. Not football.
Proper football. Yeah, that's what you could say. Sean's doing the research on that one behind the scenes just to make sure that Oscar fucking Isaac is indeed an American football fan. But I don't know that to be sure. Sean's our resident researcher on that. You seen anything that involves?
I'm on Reddit on hashtag.
Oh, he's on Reddit. Okay.
Yeah, it says Reddit hashtag Moon Knight 3 years ago.
Oh no, we're not going to talk about Moon Knight on this show. Absolutely not.
No. I think it was because this is Oscar Isaac turned into a football game, so we could watch his trailer like the rest of us. So whatever trailer, what game that was, I'm going to say he's a fan of that.
He turned into the physical football game in order to watch his trailer.
Tuned in.
Oh, I think you said turned into. I was like, whoa.
So same thing almost. You could turn into something. Like I'm going to turn into bed.
Listen. That sounds like a really nice time. Sounds like a real good time. Anyway, we're getting off the tracks with that. Sean, one of the other things we wanted to talk about, of course, the Detroit Lions versus Commanders game is kicking off now. We don't want to hold any of you. This is our post-game live show. We want to talk quickly about the Australian Open. Sean, all the U.S. Performers that are out there. Coco got hurt again? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, not Coco. Naomi.
Coco?
No, so Naomi, I think that was yesterday.
Naomi. Okay.
So I believe because I was watching a highlight of it, and I showed my mom. My mom's also been watching the Australian Open, and of course it's hard to watch it because I'm at work or the time change, so I have to either watch replays or I have to watch highlights. But apparently, Naomi in the second match, first match, first set, second, I don't know. She got hurt. Like apparently it was from her abdominal pain.
Oh.
So that's not good. I wanted to keep her. She was playing against what's her name?
It sounded like it was a pretty good match too.
Yeah, it was Benekick. I think that's your pronounced last name.
Yes. Yep.
Belinda. What she's actually playing Coco.
She is going to play Coco. Coco's not hurt, but Coco's going to play her.
Oh yeah, Coco's playing tonight actually.
So look at that. We got Washington Commanders versus Detroit Lions, and Coco's playing tonight.
Is it at 9 o'clock? Maybe I will watch that tonight.
Ooh. We'll have to you'll have to next Saturday give us a rehash on that match. It'll be way after it happens, but you know.
Yeah.
You'll give us the review of the match.
I see so much Serena and Coco for like Serena and a little bit of Venus in there. I think she's really good. Like when I watched her during the U.S. Open in 2023, when she won it, she was like phenomenal there. So we'll see how she does today. Apparently, she's on a 8-0 run streak. I think I tweeted that.
Wow. Yes, you did. You did did put that out there. Yeah, that's really cool. 8-0.
Yeah, in 2025, she was like right. Could go 25, 8-0 matches, 16-0 in sets. So she's on fire right now.
She's doing amazing. Big shout out. Yeah. No, I haven't been able to catch too much of the Australian Open, but I knew once the topic came up tonight, I was like, okay, are we getting closer to quarterfinals? Are we in quarterfinals? Where are we at in the Australian Open?
We're in the fourth. We're technically in the fourth round right now. Third round. Fourth. Sorry. Actually, who's playing right now? So Blanca's playing right now. Actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's the number one seed. So Blanca's like really good.
Right.
And then we have men's is also playing.
Yeah, I've been keeping up with men's tennis. I haven't seen.
I'm not really. I mean, I like some of the men's guys. Like, I like what's his name? I don't know if he's playing today or tomorrow.
Oh well, Roger Federer is not playing.
What? Roger Federer.
I know for a fact Roger Federer is no longer playing in the Australian Open.
Oh.
Which big shout out to Serena Williams also for investing in the Los Angeles Golf Club and TGL Golf.
Oh, I actually did not hear that.
Yeah, she's one of the main investors in it. I've been following along. I even tweeted out today. I was like, listen, I love TGL Golf so far. Tiger Woods coming out and everything was great the other night.
Did you see the speaking of golf, did you see the guy that looked like very similar to Tiger Woods?
Yes.
Like his playing style now? And it was I can't remember his name.
Yes, no, there was a big thing all over X that was like, wow, this is very heir apparent to a very specific Sunday Red man himself, Mr. Tiger Woods.
Yeah. I we don't talk golf enough, but I actually saw
No,
that.
we don't. But I love golf.
I used to watch golf from my grandfather, but I like playing it more. But I saw a video the other day with the guy. He was trying to get out of the sand, and the thing hit the pole, and it went back to it, and Tiger's just fucking laughing off. It was the funniest thing. It was like, how's it even possible? You hit the pole, it goes to the opposite end of the green and into another thing. It's the funniest thing ever.
We all make very stupid golf shots at some point.
Yeah.
Hitting the pin and then just having it like ricochet in a complete different direction. It's like, come on, catch a freaking break. Yeah. Was that from TGL? Was that a chip that was onto the green at TGL that he was laughing about? Yeah.
Yeah. You saw that clip? Yeah.
Yeah. It was from the Juniper Lynx versus LA Golf Club game.
Yeah. And Tiger was there. He was laughing his ass off.
Yeah. Yeah. He plays for the Juniper Lynx team. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's been, I highly recommend it. It's been a lot of blowouts. LA beat Juniper Lynx 12-1 the other night. I turned it off halfway. I was like, this is getting rough.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Boston has a team. We have the Boston Common Golf team, which is great. It's got Rory McIlroy on it. Keegan Bradley. Like, there's some really good players on it. And their logo is dope. They've got it's like a frog with a golf ball for the belly. Really cool.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend TGL Golf.
Yeah, so I'm excited for the tennis keep going.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Let's go Coco. Coco all the way.
Sean's rooting for Coco all the way. I would like to see Coco. I mean, she has been hurt in the past, though, correct?
Yes. Yeah. She's also apparently she's like huge anime fan.
I did not know that.
And a Marvel fan. Like, if you see her videos, she talks like post game interviews.
Yeah,
like her outfits, she says like inspired by like, Marvel stuff. You know, like
oh wow.
And I think during the I believe it was the final, or she's talking about like how she loves anime and all that, and like it's like she's like talking about how the interview is like, how do you calm down and wind down? It's like, I just go watch anime and stuff to calm down and stuff. It's like that's so hilarious. Cool. I love when people it happens. It's like that's cool.
Yeah, relatable, right? Like that's
relatable. Yeah,
is that who was like that in the NFL? Was it,
yeah. He's a huge
Calvin Johnson was not Calvin Johnson.
Was he just at not him, but he was
Detroit Lions player.
Yeah.
Huge anime fan. He used to wear the Naruto band.
Well, he was just recently at Comic-Con.
Yes, I can't believe I can't. Is it Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Hold on, I can look it up.
Because that's going to be the difference in tonight's game. Which, by the way, if we're going to do a little bit of a score update here, I don't think the game has officially.
Do you want to look that up while
I got it here, folks.
Oh, Jamal Williams.
0-0. Jamal Williams, yes.
He's a huge anime fan.
Yeah, Jamal's great. Jamal is awesome. We have a 0-0 game so far in the Commanders Detroit Lions game. About 2 minutes into
he's also, I forgot, he's a huge Pokemon fan too.
Yes, he is a huge Pokemon fan. The Commanders have the ball, 1st and 10 on 32. It looks like Akir Robinson for the Detroit Lions just was pulled off with an injury. So that's another.
Hey, do you want to also hear another terrible news?
Yeah.
The Celtics are 4 points behind and we're at halftime against the Hawks.
Against Atlanta.
Yeah.
So not only do we have Detroit losing more defensive players, but
we were up like 10, 15 points in the first half. First quarter.
Jeez. Well, we don't want to keep people away from the Commanders Lions game, of course, in our post-game recap here. Yes. Sean, wrapping this up here. Let's talk a little bit. What haven't we covered? We haven't
talked about the Dodgers. A little baseball.
Yeah, a little bit of baseball. Roki Sasaki goes on Instagram rather than telling MLB Network or telling any of the baseball insiders. And what does he post?
He's going to the Dodgers of all places. Who would have thought? And Those little Blue Jays are not flying.
The little Blue Jays, little baby Blue Jays. That's what we're gonna call them. If we go to a Sox game and get some Blue Jays, we're like, oh, the baby Blue Jays.
Little Blue Jays.
Little Blue Jays. Yeah, the baby Blue Jays ain't flying. Roki Sasaki is going to be.
He's going to a different blue team.
Yeah, different one. Dodgers, man, they're just stacking up that pitching rotation.
Like you said earlier, they're becoming the Chiefs of the baseball world, the NFL world.
Heir apparent. Yeah. No, that works out. That works out fine. I thought for sure he was going to go to Toronto. I mean, it's just been up in the air this entire time. The Red Sox were at play. The Yankees were at play. You know, the Padres, everybody thought within the last 24 to 48 hours that Roki Sasaki was going to be a San Diego Dodger. Or not a San Diego Dodger. What am I talking about? A San Diego Padre. Let's switch it up. Los Angeles Padres, San Diego Dodgers, right?
Yeah, sure. For this episode, we'll
make it so. They thought for sure he was going to go to the San Diego Padres. He goes on Instagram, posts a picture of a Dodgers hat, and says, "I'm going where I know I can win a championship next season."
Yeah, I mean, I think he just wants to win. I think he wants. That's why he picked the best team. That's happening. I'm sure he would love to go to other teams, but I think his mind says that.
I love that answer. Listen, I know he would like to go to other teams, but he can't. He just can't do that.
No.
He can't do what he wants to do. He's got to go where the championship is.
Yes. Isn't that where everyone wants to go usually?
I mean, it's why Juan Soto.
Unless you're Mike Trout and he wants to stay in the Angels all his career.
It's not like listen, just briefly. It's why Juan Soto went to the Mets. He knows he's going to win a championship with the New York Mets.
Mike Trout, I'm sorry. I think you need to go. I need you to leave the Angels.
Why are you ignoring my Juan Soto comment?
I'm sorry.
You don't believe in the New York Metropolitans?
Yes, I do.
Why do you keep Mike Trout? Let's just get into it. Mike Trout has been a Los Angeles, Anaheim, wherever the hell they are. All right. Call them the Disney Angels at this point. I don't care.
Angels in the outfield.
Angels in the outfield. We're just going to call them the Angels in the outfield, okay? He's been there forever. Will he ever win a championship with the Los Angeles of Anaheim Angels?
At this rate, no.
No. That man, with the current state of Major League Baseball, could have said, "I'm opting out of my contract. I'm going elsewhere to go win. I'm going to go across the yard over to Dodger Stadium with Rokimon and Mookie Betts and
I'm not saying him going to the Dodgers. He needs to go to another team to help.
Oh, so you're not having him go to the Dodgers?
No, okay. He's coming to the Red Sox.
Mike Trout on the Boston Red Sox? You guys couldn't even get Cody Bellinger.
No, we couldn't.
He went to the where?
Cody Bellinger? Where did he go?
He went to the New York Yankees. Of all places. With Paul Goldschmidt, but Paul Goldschmidt's too old. He can't be doing anything anymore.
I'm sorry, if Mike Trout wants to become one of the bests with his numbers, he needs to win a championship.
Where does he need to win that championship, Sean?
Not Anaheim. Or
what are you suggesting? You said he has to go somewhere, right?
Yes. The reasonable place he probably would go, like my opinion. I wish he would go to the Sox, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay.
Go to the Mets.
Oh, so now we're coming. I like this version of Sean Michaud right now. He ignores the Juan Soto and he says, no. You need Mike Trout.
You guys should imagine him in a Mets jersey.
Mike Trout in a Mets jersey would be fantastic. Yeah, he might play for a discount too. If he knows Juan Soto and Mark Vientos and the entire crew, we don't need Pete Alonso now. Pete's going elsewhere. We know that.
Yes.
Go get Mike Trout. Go get him. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Have them trade. Have them trade.
Oh, no.
Pete Alonso.
We have so many good prospects. That's the problem. We would have to give up like 2 or 3.
That's probably the most reasonable thing they would have to do if they want Mike Trout, but I don't know if that would happen.
Listen, if
I'm just mad. I think you have Mets have a better chance of them getting it than we do for Red Sox.
Okay. Listen, if
do you have another place that you think he would go?
If he wanted a chance at a title, listen. I think Detroit's almost there. I know I brought up the Detroit Lions and mixed them up with Detroit Tigers earlier. I think the Detroit Tigers are pretty close because I don't know how much longer the Cleveland Guardians can keep going. The cleavages, the Cleveland Guardians can keep going, getting so close to a championship and an ALCS and get knocked out. Right? I think Detroit's right there. Mike Trout on the back of a Tigers jersey would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be.
That would be my thought. Would be there, or go to another Ohio team. Go to the Cincinnati Reds. Give it a shot with Ellie De La Cruz.
Trout on a Reds team. I can see that.
That'd be pretty cool. It's
or Mike Trout just stays in Anaheim or I
wherever it is.
Wherever it is. And wherever it is. Once you said Anaheim, now I'm saying Anaheim. If he stays with the Angels,
and just
for the rest of his career,
if he goes to the Hall of Fame, Sean, as a Los Angeles Angels, Angels of Anaheim player, okay? Like, he's a definite first ballot Hall of Famer based on his numbers, for sure. But when you look at the rest of of his resume going to the Baseball Hall of Fame, there will be no World Series championships on that lineup.
Well, we have Ichiro coming up, remember? And he has no championship.
But I think Ichiro's a little bit different. Ichiro came from Japan.
No, I understand. That's what I'm getting my point at. Like,
okay.
It's a little bit different.
It's a little bit different. It just seems weird to me. You'd think Trout would just go somewhere where he thinks he could get one for his resume.
Yeah. And I think he's a little bit more halfway through his career already.
Yes. Based on his injuries recently and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's in a weird spot, man. He's got to think about this. Maybe he gets traded at the trade deadline this year. Maybe he's just like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. There's got to be a breaking point for Mike Trout.
Yeah.
I would imagine there would have to be. It's a little bit like Charlie Blackmon for the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah.
He's just always been, and then he finally retired. Big shout out to Charlie Blackmon. Fantastic career. But he stayed with Colorado his whole career. And got what? He could have went to Philadelphia. He could have went anywhere else. But I think there's a thing about loyalty, right?
There's certain players that stay with loyalty. Look at David Ortiz. I know he's a little bit changed early in his career from Twins to Red Sox, but he a Hall of Famer, one of the best Red Sox players of all time, won 3 championships with them.
Yeah.
In 2004, 7, 2012.
You know what? That's fair to say. Pedro Martinez. Let's put
Pedro Martinez.
Right? He comes to the Red Sox from Houston, right? He came from the Expos to the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox sign him. He wins in 2004, but then he's off to New York in 2005. He goes and plays for the Mets. So it's kind of like that's one World Series championship for Pedro. Yeah. So, and he's a first ballot Hall of Famer too. So, you know what I mean? I see where you're coming from now. I do. It's kind of like, does Mike Trout need that World Series? Yeah, but he's Mike Trout.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm 100% sure that Trout wants to win, probably with the Angels.
Yes.
But at the same time, like you said before, that he's conflicted of like, loyalty and want to stay with the team that he's been with his career to, hey, maybe I want to change my career path to a different, not career path, sorry, change my team.
Yeah. It just sucks for Mike Trout that he came in post Vladimir Guerrero, post all those guys in LA for the Angels. He came in right after all of them when the Angels were World Series, bound and winners at that time. And it sucks. It really does. Like if Mike Trout had entered, if he was older at that time and he was in the lineup with Vladimir Guerrero, with oh God, who else was on that? I mean, there was just so many. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I think you also had, was Bobby Abreu on that team? Somebody was out in the outfield that year. That Angels team, I think it was 2005 when they went against the Chicago White Sox.
Not yet. Who was on the team? Let me see.
Yeah, it was a beast of a lineup for the Los Angeles. It was the Anaheim Angels at that time. Before they made the horrible switch. I think it was 2007, 2008 was when they said, yeah, we're going to become the LA Angels of Anaheim.
Yeah. Stephen Lee, Dallas, Orlando Cabrera.
Orlando Cabrera. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ron Rivera. Jose Molina was on there.
Jose Molina. That's who I was thinking, a catcher. Yes.
Yeah. One of my favorite catchers, actually.
Yeah, Jose Molina was fantastic. Fantastic ball player.
Greg Jones, of course.
Yeah. Incredible lineup.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he just missed it. He literally just missed that cutoff.
Yeah.
To be a part of that team. And it's a bummer. And I think you're right. I think Mike Trout to the Mets, Mike Trout to the Red Sox, maybe. Somewhere where he feels like he could at least have a chance. Would be really good. But we'll see. This started with Roki Sasaki. Roki brought in the conversation. So, I think there's a very good chance he's going to get a World Series.
I know. There's plenty of time to see what happens until the trade deadline or until also when the season starts.
That's right. Anyway, we're not going to keep any of you. Detroit has scored. They are up 7-0 right now over the Washington Commanders. Touchdown, of course, coming from stats wise. Let me get the stats.
And now the Celtics are losing by a sex. Cool.
Oh no.
58-64. Cool.
Looks like the touchdown came from Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs had a rushing touchdown so far, 3 attempts for 25 yards with an average of 8.3 yards per carry. That's
for Lions.
Jared Goff, 2 for 3, 42 yards. Jaden Daniels, 5 for 6 for 56 yards. So Jaden's had a good run here. Interesting. Marcus Mariota. I haven't been keeping an eye on the game. Backup quarterback came in for 1 attempt for a rush, which is interesting. So I'm wondering if Jaden is either injured a little bit or something else is going on there. But we are at 7 minutes and 36 seconds in the first quarter. If any of you are following along at home, which many of you are.
Yeah. And not watching us, so.
I will be after this stream here, of course. Sean's going to be checking out maybe some tennis, right?
I'm going to see it. I'm going to watch a little bit of Coco at 9 o'clock, so we'll see.
Look at that. Well, I hope everybody enjoys the game here. Of course, Jaden Daniels is back in the game behind center with the Detroit Lions defense facing off against him, trying to answer back with a touchdown against Detroit, of course, to tie up this game. But Sean Michaud, we have come to the end of the show here for this evening. Little thing we like to call
plug time.
Plug time. That's right. Sean, where can the good people find you across social media?
You can follow me on Twitter at SeanMarshall1. Instagram, it's ZoneZ. And you can see if I'm on Facebook. You can see him. I don't know if I do. We'll see.
I'm not sure if we're going to add you in there. You guys can, of course, follow me over here. As many of you are watching, we are now live here on Twitter X for the show. So happy to be a part of it here. You guys can follow me over here at X_Robin W Vote, over on Instagram at IG_Robin W Vote. Make sure to follow the Painting the Chat podcast over here on X and on YouTube as well. Over on X, Twitter, it is at Paint the Chat Pod. Over on Instagram also, not TikTok as of right now.
As of right now, yeah.
We are counting the hours, unfortunately, at this point. And we'll see where that goes. They blocked us. We got on TikTok and they're like, you ain't real. So
we'll see. Maybe we'll have another 90 days to extend it.
Yeah, I did see
that's what I'm hearing.
That's the rumors. Rumor has it. Rumor has it.
All right, Adele. Let's roll in deep, okay?
Let's roll it in the deep. Let's wrap this up. Thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy tennis. Enjoy golf. Enjoy whatever you're watching, and enjoy the football games tomorrow. We will have our predictions up and live for everybody to check out and see what's going on. Until then,
we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time, folks. Have a great evening.
Have a good night.
See ya.